Ladies and gentlemen, sit down, because what was just leaked could completely change your perception of the hip-hop industry's most committed relationship. Something so ludicrous and indisputable was caught on a hotel security camera. Yes, a DB, genuine one, that even Papoose could not keep acting. You know who was in the video? 50 Cent and Remy Ma were the only ones confined to a lavish suite for 7 hours. It was not a meeting for business. Just let's say that. However, this isn't just any shaky internet video. It was played in court during a divorce. I would like to know how long this has been happening. Was it prior to or after the emotional birthday remembrance she shared for Papoose last month? And why is 50 Cent grinning like he just took home the Super Bowl trophy? Is a complete betrayal rather than merely a scandal? Understand why Papoose might never trust again. Let's examine what actually transpired inside that hotel. Was planned. Oh no, the scandal's seeds were planted months or even years earlier, while we were all too preoccupied with praising Remy Ma and Papoose as black love icons, according to what we now know. But there was something evil seething beneath those Instagram filters and handshakes on Grammy night. It all began with what fans thought was a harmless rumor that 50 Cent and Remy Ma were seen together at a Tribeca industry brunch. Papoose was inexplicably excluded from the original guest list, although that was the only significant aspect of the event. Vanished. After 2 weeks, a deleted tweet surfaced. 50 Cent and Remy Ma arrived at Mercer last night, both of them looking quite anxious. What is happening? Some of us saw the tweet as the first fracture in the facade, but it was lost in the thick of stan wars and celebrity gossip. This brings us to that Mercer moment. Celebrities love the Mercer Hotel in Soho because it's not just any hotel. It's upscale, quiet, and most importantly, they don't talk. Unfortunately, 50 cameras are still in operation, and one of them will soon be installed in the private elevator. This week, a 4K crystal clear, time-stamped video of Remy wearing a darks green sweatshirt and 50 in all black was leaked. It is not fuzzy. As they entered together, there was no driver or entourage. They only had to swipe their elevator card once to go to the penthouse. Before we go any farther, let's inquire how Papoose learned. Papoose received an unmarked USB drive in the mail 3 days before filing for divorce, and we verified their identities off the record, according to an unidentified legal aid connected to the divorce case. It had Papoose met with his attorney in Manhattan within 48 hours and began the legal process. The court document cited irreconcilable betrayal as the cause of the disagreements, not misunderstandings, but outright ruthless treachery. The other file had a screen capture of a private chat exchange between 50 Cent and Remy Ma. The exchange featured late-night links, seductive emojis, and the most damning message from Remy, which said, "I missed that night. Same room next week." Papoose must have been emotionally devastated by this. He didn't talk to his pals or even his daughter for 2 days, according to insiders close to his inner circle. As he attempted to determine where it all went wrong, one acquaintance said he simply sat at the table and watched the video repeatedly. In addition, Papoose's aide made things worse by filing court documents soon after. Shared an enigmatic Instagram story that read, "Some of you know how to act until you see a platinum plaque walk into your hotel suite." The image was swiftly taken down, but the message was unmistakable. This was a continuous mistake rather than a one-time gaffe. 50 Cent has a history of creating trouble. His clown jaw rule exposed everyone from Floyd Mayweather to Viva and Fox, mocked Diddy, and destroyed Young Buck. But it was always different when Remy was around. Their long-standing calm respect for one another does not necessarily indicate innocence. People assumed it was just awkwardness when 50 leaned in for an embrace, and Remy paused for too long. Just posted a smirking selfie with the caption, "I told you, loyalty is just a trend." That single post sent the internet into a frenzy. However, that moment has since been reposted more than 50,000 times with new captions, like too much. Papoose saw it and didn't become suspicious. Prior to discussing the turmoil in the courtroom and the consequences of the video, let's discuss just how profound this betrayal is. This wasn't 50's first time wearing that suit, and it most certainly wasn't. Remy's last, based on what we're hearing, we're referring to the real hotel security footage that was posted online by an unnamed source a few hours after the court presentation. There isn't any censorship or watermark. In the first scene of the video, Remy Ma walks alone into the Mercer hotel elevator lobby, sporting sunglasses and a hoodie, and looks around as if she knows she shouldn't be there. Guess who comes out when the elevator opens 30 seconds later? 50 Cent. He smiles and nods, but they don't say anything. Camera footage shows her following him into the elevator. The internet was disrupted by that. Within 5 minutes, it was up on the backup page of Gossip Spill Vibes and Shade Room Hollywood Unlocked, and the comments were raging. I am aware that when Sis sneaked into a hotel room with Curtis Jackson, she had a tattoo of loyalty on her wrist, and Papoose hurled his phone like a football. This is an emotional devastation campaign, not even cheating. Then came the following video, which was taken 3 hours later that same evening and showed 50 individuals leaving the elevator by themselves, their shirts slightly undone and their hair unkempt. At the signs the concierge desk was holding, he paused. It seems that the names Shan Carter Jr., Shady, and Petty Remy were used in the 1950s. Under Wallace, she made a reservation. Are those names known to you? Yes, they are phony names that were influenced by Biggie and Jay-Z. They were trolling legends even under their aliases. When Remy finally left, 2 hours later, she was giggling on the phone as though she wanted to be caught. 3 words were reported to be all she said when the judge asked whether she had any comments. I need time. What's it time for? To make amends? To deny the affair? Or to schedule her next hotel stay with 50? The fact that Papoose was clearly trembling when the video aired was corroborated by numerous people inside the courtroom. He appeared to have just been shown a slow-motion funeral, according to one journalist. According to reports, Remy sat blankly, gazing straight ahead as though it were merely an unavoidable YouTube commercial. After learning Papoose didn't return home, he went straight to his cousin's house in Yonkers, switched off his phone, and went totally off the grid. An empty studio chair was taken down within an hour after his assistant posted a picture of it with the message, "A king shouldn't have to rebuild what was never real." 50 Cent was in the meantime. 2 days following the leak, he posted a picture of himself with champagne and a cigar in one hand, captioning it, "When the truth comes out." And if that wasn't shady enough, he tagged Remy Ma in the corner. Did she repost? No, but did she also take down the tag? No. The silence is screaming. Now, for the most bizarre part of all, what if this wasn't just an affair? What if it was planned? Based on what some internet detectives found, it seems that 6 months ago, 50 Cent and Remy Ma went to the same artist wellness retreat in Costa Rica, where people weren't allowed to have phones or take pictures. Wherever released, guess who wasn't invited, Papoose? And guess what happened? Remy Ma suddenly stopped wearing her wedding ring in public 2 weeks after they returned, which may be the beginning of a conscious uncoupling, but it's even more damning because, according to a close source of the retreat coordinator, they were inseparable during the trip. The same bonfire, morning jog, and remote hammocks. That 50 Cent is a pro at manipulating women, so he knew exactly how to break her up if he wanted her. The real twist is that Fat Joe unfollowed both of them. Yes, their mentor, their brother, and 50 Cent. And for Terror Squad fans, that's essentially a funeral procession. Now, with the next divorce hearing just a few days away, there won't be a public apology. Fans are rioting, destroying careers, and for power. Although the court's stillness that day may have been widely heard, behind the scenes, the noise was growing louder than ever before because even as 50 Cent continued to trot from his phone and Remy Ma stayed silent, Papoose's statement, "No damage control from Remy." The public view of the court is already decided. She cheated. He lost love and broke 50 left. But hold on, there's even more. Because when Papoose does speak up, what will happen? What if he leaves behind his own receipts, audio recordings, screenshots, and possibly even a track of retaliation? I mean, yeah, Papoose is sweet, but you don't turn down a man like 50. He's powerful. He's under pressure. He's everything. The insider added in reference to the audio recording of Remy Ma talking to a purported stylist. Papoose is sweet, he added, but you don't turn down a man like 50. He is everything. Power, pressure, and everything. Mo stepped out of the spotlight and walked to his lawyer's private Brooklyn office, holding a manila folder tightly under one arm. He had no smile or words, only the goal of completing what Remy had begun. Then Papoose stopped looking for answers and started getting ready for war. Now, let's talk about what's happening in the industry. Although you all believe the drama was between 3 people, it's actually caused a chain reaction from the Bronx to the BET offices. producers have already canceled Remy's upcoming DOA series about love, loyalty, and prison reform behind closed doors. Because, after all, how can you sell an image of redemption and ride-or-die love when you're sneaking into hotel suites with the very best? Papoose's streams have increased by 700% in the meantime. And his song Time Is Up is currently trending on TikTok. Not because it's new, but because fans think he wrote it after the first betrayal. The room is getting dumber. That's not a song, that's a premonition. Let's go back to the power moves. After gathering his receipts, Papoose's legal team made the public isn't ready to forgive because what happens when you cheat with a man who once trolled you and then betray him? Ray's team is desperately trying to come up with a comeback statement or even a tearful interview with a sympathetic journalist. But the unexpected request to include malicious betrayal and image defamation in the divorce filing basically means that he isn't just leaving. He is taking the story with him, and possibly even a piece of Remy's brand. One fan reportedly tweeted, "Remy really took the man who waited for her and threw him under the gun bus." 50 Cent thrives on chaos, and even his own circle is starting to twitch. Eminem reportedly wasn't because both Remy and 50 were supposed to perform at the upcoming Legends of Hip Hop event, but now M's team may cancel the event, not out of morality, but because this scandal is toxic PR. No one wants to share a stage with a couple that destroyed the paradigm of black love. Even worse, a bartender from the Mercer Hotel came forward, anonymously, and what they said is disturbing. They weren't hiding anything. They ordered champagne and strawberries like it was a honeymoon, and Remy was sitting on his lap laughing. I only saw them for 10 seconds, but that look wasn't a slip. It was a pattern. Let that sink in. They were morally disgusted by what they saw, as evidenced by the fact that they came forward at the risk of lawsuits, non-disclosure agreements, and a whole legal mess. Since Papoose has maintained his class despite Ray's declining endorsements and the 50s stoking the flames, there have been no interviews, diss tracks, tantrums, or truth receipts, all of which are more terrifying than any disc verse could be. But guess who couldn't keep it quiet? Yep, Remy's sister posted a story on Instagram with the caption, "Not everyone's meant to stay married." Girl, stop acting like none of you cheated. The time is not now. It's not about everybody. This is about you and your sister and how the last strong hip-hop pair we had was destroyed, the one that she was instantly attacked by fans in the comments section, who called her tone deaf, a clown in a costume, and the reason the family broke apart. Honestly, they weren't incorrect. Everyone is now wondering, what's the end of this? Is everything Remy has been working to fix over the past 10 years coming to an end? Or is this just another celebrity breakup? Once the respect is gone, the legends stop talking about you, the invites stop coming, and the interviews stop coming. Rap aristocracy quickly gives way to reality TV turmoil, and one insider claims that Papoose has been in the studio. The man is not only recovering, but also turning his suffering into poetry through a project called Unwritten Vows. Perhaps more painful for Remy than the quiet, the criticism, or the divorce papers is the fact that Papoose never begged or retaliated in public, instead allowing her to be drowned in video and turning away. While everyone waits for the press release for the first interview for the apology, which might never come, one hotel video, 2 tarnished reputations, 3 broken hearts, and 1,000 screaming fans have occurred. The question is not whether Papoose is finished, but rather how deep this betrayal is. Was this just one night in a hotel suite, or has Remy Ma been playing 2 sides all along, building an empire with Papoose while lurking around with 50 Cent wearing silk sheets and fake names? Because what leaked wasn't just footage, it was a funeral for everything we valued about black love, loyalty, and legacy. 50 Cent is posting cryptic smirks as if it were a damn comedy show, but we're reading everything you have to say. Was this a one-time mistake, or has this betrayal been years in the making? Do you think the 50s have been plotted? Was Remy ever truly loyal? Should Papoose forgive or never look back?